Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. As we head into week one of the preseason later this week, it's time to start taking a look at some of my more promising week one picks for the NFL preseason, one of the more valuable betting seasons in the entire NFL. And I've picked three here that I think are going to have some really good value coming up here on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we'll start off on Thursday here with the Baltimore Ravens playing host to the San Francisco 49ers here. Of course, this is a brother battle preseason edition between Jim and John Harbaugh, and the Baltimore Ravens come in as a pick'em here at -110, so a very even contest with a total of 35 points. Now, of course, between the two brothers here, it's going to be very interesting to see. Probably going to both try to win this game against one another, no matter who is in the game, first string, second string, or third string. But John Harbaugh in week one of the preseason has been exceptionally good, and I think that's one of the reasons why I really like the Baltimore Ravens here as a pick'em. John Harbaugh and his Ravens in that time are 5-1 straight up in week one of the preseason, and whereas Jim Harbaugh has had a really good preseasons over the last two seasons, going 6-2 straight up in the preseason, he's only 1-2 in week one of the exhibition game. So I think the Baltimore Ravens here, even money pick'em, I think that's a pretty good value here. 49ers right now are going to be trying to not be getting injured because they are a team that really has a lot of Super Bowl aspirations, and traveling cross country, even though it's week one of the preseason, it does need to be noted. I think it will have a slight factor. So I'm going to go Ravens at -110. Next one I have for you is the Miami Dolphins heading into Atlanta to play the Falcons here. I believe this game's on Friday, with the Falcons coming in as a 2.5-point favorite, total of 37 points. Now, speaking of preseason coaching records in week one, Mike Smith of the Atlanta Falcons seems to not put any stock in week one of the NFL preseason, which a lot of coaches do. A lot of coaches don't, excuse me, and he's only 1-5 straight up in his career in week one of the NFL preseason with Atlanta. That being said, the Dolphins had a pretty bad end of last season, last couple of games. You got to think they're going to be wanting to get that bad taste out of their mouth, and Coach Joe Philbin now coming in could be on a very hot seat, and you got to think that he's going to be motivated to win as early as possible, even if it is just an exhibition game. And with the Dolphins coming in as underdog value at around +113 or +2.5, whichever way you want to go with this, I think both have really good value, even though they are on the road. So take the Dolphins here at +2.5. The final one I have for you is the New England Patriots on Thursday heading into Washington to play the Redskins. And the Redskins come in as about a 1.5 or a 2-point favorite with a total of 37 points. Now, of course, Bill Belichick has been a wizard of week one of the preseason, going 11-4 straight up in that time in week one of the exhibition game. And of course, even though we don't know what Jay Gruden's preseason coaching record is going to be like here entering his first season, last year new coaches didn't fare that well in the preseason. Went around 500, I think, total, but week one they were only 2-4 straight up in week one last season of the last preseason. And with most of them inheriting pretty bad teams, that's understandable. The Redskins are actually pretty good, but either way, against New England and the Pats, they're very, very deep, and the New England is just probably going to have a lot of starter caliber players playing against second and potentially third string players with how deep their offense is. And Brady obviously might not be in there, but I do think that they're going to be able to really get a good look at some of their younger quarterbacks, as well as that young quarterback they drafted out of Eastern Illinois this year. So I think that New England probably has a really good value here, potentially on the money line at +107 or +2 in the spread here. I think either way on the road, New England's a pretty good underdog value. But that'll do it for me this time. Make sure to check out some of my other week one preseason picks here, as well as the odds report that came out today. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.